No one is talking about Trump's war with Mark Zuckerberg. Little bits and pieces have hit the headlines, but no one has put it all together. So here's why I think Trump is going after Meta, and Mark should be worried. Now, there isn't much sympathy for Mark Zuckerberg at the moment. Historically, he's thrown his lot in with the Democrats, criticizing Trump and using liberal fact-checking policies. But over the past year, he's shifted his image to try and fit in. He wants to make Meta more masculine and called Trump a badass. He even went on Joe Rogan's podcast. Trump's perspective is that Mark is a two-faced liar, a man who will say yes in the moment, then change his tune the next day. In his campaign biography, Trump openly threatened to put Mark in jail if he kept up this behavior. To an outsider, Mark's conversion to MAGA seemed sincere enough, but this hasn't stopped Trump going after Meta. The first step in the Trump plan involved firing the two Democrats on the Federal Trade Commission. The FTC has the power to fire and sanction companies. Normally it has 5 commissioners. In 2024, there were 2 Democrats and 3 Republicans. Now there are just 3 Republicans. This was probably an illegal move by Trump, but it has effectively given him control over what the FTC does. And they're going after Meta. On 10th April, Sarah Wynne Williams, a former global public policy director at Facebook, testified before the Senate, making serious accusations against Meta. She claimed Meta undermined national security by providing the Chinese Communist Party access to user data. She said the company developed censorship tools targeting critics of the Chinese government. The hearing was led by Republican Senator Josh Hawley, who claimed Meta had tried to prevent Wynne Williams' testimony and threatened her with financial penalties. 4 days later, the FTC announced it was launching an inquiry into competition regulation. For 40 days, any US citizen can submit evidence to the FTC about competition issues in the economy. Members of the public, consumers, workers, businesses, startups, potential market entrants, investors, and academics are encouraged to comment. 2 days after this, news broke that the FTC was taking Meta to court over competition regulation. Mark Zuckerberg had previously tried to settle out of court with the Federal Trade Commission for $450 million, far below their requested $30 billion settlement. But Trump has not helped Mark Zuckerberg. Despite his Mar-a-Lago meeting and a $1 million inaugural fund donation, the settlement effort failed. The FTC's lawsuit claims Meta accumulated monopoly power through anti-competitive behavior with its acquisitions of Instagram in 2012 and WhatsApp in 2014. If Meta loses, it could potentially be forced to sell these platforms. It's possible information gained through the competition public consultation will be used against Meta in court. Trump clearly dislikes Mark Zuckerberg and doesn't trust his gestures of goodwill. He feels like Mark cozied up to him during his first term, then betrayed him under the Biden presidency. But the attack on Meta is also part of a bigger Trumpian vision. Vance and Trump are not as enthusiastic about big mega companies as the Biden government was. Whilst Biden planned to limit AI development to a handful of corporations, Trump wants to create a competitive dog-eat-dog market within the United States. Meta's control of WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook stifles competition and innovation from Trump's perspective. What's interesting is that no one really cares that much. Mark has shifted to the right, but now his MAGA acquaintances are suspicious and his former Democrat friends feel betrayed. So the same day Meta's out-of-court settlement failed, Democracy Now!, a left-leaning US news platform, hosted their own whistleblower. Breaking up the Meta monopoly would improve service for the consumer, argued Francis Haugen. Now, if Meta is forced to break itself apart, this won't be the first time the US government has enforced competition regulation. In 1908, for example, the American Tobacco Company had achieved dominant market control, 75% market share, through acquisitions of competitors. Then the government decided to break up this monopoly into 3 separate companies. But it was a very messy process. Despite clearly having different products, they shared processing plants and distribution networks. It took 8 months of negotiation to disentangle American Tobacco. Interestingly, in the end, prices didn't change that much, although the argument with Meta seems to be user experience rather than cost, will improve. Trump believes Mark pretended to be friendly, but then collaborated with the Democrats to undermine his 2020 election bid. Now it seems like Trump has done the same thing back to him. Mark is up a creek and without a paddle. Democrats and Republicans are eyeing him suspiciously. It may be that Meta's days truly are numbered. The shadow of American tobacco looms large. Hi, it's Arthur. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe.